Hello, welcome to another video. Today we are going to discuss how laws are actually ruining the world. Okay, in in specific, prohibition laws. Okay, so we'll go back to the first prohibition as the United States knows it. Now, I'm not like some history buff on prohibition going throughout the ages, but I do know a little something about the United States. So, enacted prohibition, and we're not going to go into all the details of this. Well, I'm going to make the points that I want to make about this. I'm not going to explain prohibition to anybody. They can go and look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. If you don't, holy cow. So, the first prohibition against alcohol, right? Well, no. Excuse me. That's incorrect. So, the first prohibition in the country was against cocaine and heroin. And those laws, I've actually read the laws. They were published in High Times back in the 90s, I believe, and I probably still have the High Times. And these laws were literally racist. I mean, the one for cocaine reads, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but basically says we don't want our white women raped by these Negroes while they're high on cocaine. I mean, that's literally in the fucking law or whatever, right? And then just exchange the word Negro for Chinaman for heroin, okay? So, and that was about the turn of the century, like 1902 or 3 or something, right around there. Okay, so those were actually the first laws against substances in the United States, and their foundations in racism. So those laws are completely, in my opinion, should be invalidated, right? I mean, it's a racist agenda. Let's squash it, period. Okay, so then they go and they get these people that, want the prohibition because the alcohol is the problem. And, it was probably capitalism was more of the problem because people trying to make money on booze, making fucked up shit and fucking up people. And they didn't have the testing equipment back then. I mean, it's probably that simple because a lot of the stuff that I read, why they went with prohibition was basically because it was just the alcohol people would get a hold of in some cases was just devastating them. But then you do prohibition. Now the majority of alcohol being sold is devastating people, right? So it had the exact opposite effect on the alcohol quality situation, right? So there's good laws working for you. Laws don't work. So they... Sorry, I just noticed this battery was looking a little bit funky. All right. So they outlaw the booze. And then they're like, well, how do we, deal with this? Right. And it just started a huge wave of investment into federal level law enforcement and state and local. Massive investments in law enforcement to now enforce this new law, right? Yeah, brilliant. So everybody knows the story. So then they realize how completely stupid it was. They get rid of it, but now they've got these gangs that they've created. They created them. You make a law that turns people into criminals. Now they start behaving like criminals because you called them a criminal. That's your fucking fault, government. Period. And you fucking stupid people that told the government to outlaw booze in the first place. You're all a bunch of fucking freedom-hating pieces of human trash, basically. Okay? So, what the government realized, now, it's a tough one. And I love to think there's something behind something. But in this case, was there forethought that, we're going to outlaw this stuff and then there's going to be this reaction and then we're going to be able to get all this money to throw into policing that we can't because people just don't want to spend their money because they don't need it. Was that the forethought? Eh, eh. With the prohibition on alcohol, I don't. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm not thinking. I don't think that there was forethought. Like, let's outlaw booze and then we'll get the FBI, because that's basically what happened. They outlaw booze, and it wasn't immediately, but eventually they had the FBI, right? And some other agencies before that kind of start, like alcohol, tobacco, firearms, all this shit. Like, they just got money to go do their thing. Okay. So now fast forward, they abolish prohibition, these gangs go on a fucking rampage, and then they get the FBI. Because now these guys are just rampaging because they've basically like got that sweet taste of easy money, and they don't want to go get a real job, basically, right? So, and again, this is all failures of the fucking government and of the fucking laws, right? Fast forward, the coup, 1963. So the coup was the whole other videos on that. But basically, it's been a very quiet, soft, and unique coup, taking just over what was needed, and really the American people just becoming. When they killed Kennedy, that whole generation just kind of became fucking lame. Like, they call the people that fought the World War II the greatest generation. Well, they're kids that were gung-ho for peace, but then when Kennedy got killed, they all just went in their fucking house and shut their mouth and turned into fucking yuppies and started shoving the capitalist dildo deep up in themselves. Okay? The voter apathy from the Kennedy assassin, the Kennedy coup, right? So now these coosters are looking, they're fascists, right? They want to, authoritarianly rule the world. That's this crew's objective that couped Kennedy. So now the same Kennedy coup clan, they look into, which is the Bush family, and among others, but they're like the main ones. Okay, Papa Bush, he's like the main one. He's the main doer guy, right? The people that financed him and told him what to do, that's a whole nother level of people. And they're all long dead, but their fucking legacy lives on, let me tell you. So these coosters needed a way to fucking, go. I mean, it wasn't a real coup. They couldn't just take the military and just go start arresting their counterpart, people they disagreed with, the people on the left. They can't just go round them up. They weren't that brazen with this coup, right? So what they did do is they created a fucking war on drugs. This started with Nixon, and he's straight up. I mean, I've heard the tapes myself. Straight up. We're going to create this war on drugs to go after the fucking Jews, the blacks, and the liberals. Yeah, not to fucking clean up society. No, to create a fucking police state. Because he was one of the fucking coosters. He was in on it. He's on the coup side, right? I'm on the we need to undo the coup side. Okay? So these fuckers created the war on drugs. Now, the war on drugs was prohibition on crack. Literally. Okay? The war on drugs, they did not care one bit about drugs. They 100% cared about developing a worldwide police force that could go anywhere, do anything, and that nobody was going to fucking, they're doing drug shit. Oh, yeah. Drugs are horrible. Oh my God, drugs? Yeah, go with the guns and the shit and get them, boo, pew, 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 pew. Yeah, drugs are so fucking horrible. Let's arm the world to the teeth. Let's get all those fucking right-wingers. Let's give them bazooka guns and rocket launchers and every other thing. Battle the drugs, yeah. Yeah, they didn't give a shit about the drugs, right? They wanted to build their fucking police state. And they did it. Okay? They built their police state on the backs of the fucking drug war. The Coosters that took out Kennedy fucking now created the police state they always wanted with the drug war. Okay? 750,000 laws on the books is because they want everybody in this fucking country to be a fucking criminal. Everybody in this fucking country is a fucking criminal. Period. You're all criminals. There's 750,000 laws. They can go into the law books, they can go into your life, they can fucking pull it apart, and you're a fucking criminal. I've seen it time and time again. Just give them a fucking reason, they're gonna fucking find it, and they're gonna put you in fucking prison, and they're gonna fucking torture you in their fucking prisons. Sleep deprivation is a fucking thing. Feeding you fucking poisonous food day in and day out is a fucking form of torture, period. I don't give a fuck if you think that only torture comes in punching fools. They've masterminded torture in the fucking prisons and the jails way beyond fucking punching fools, okay? And they do that too sometimes. They straight up fucking chain people to chairs and beat a fucking shit out of them, okay? People that are in there on drug charges. Yeah. Liberals. Yeah. With empathy. Right. Not scared little sociopathic fucking people that are buying guns to commit mass murder. No, fucking stoners, man. Fucking people who just want to party and get high are getting fucking tortured in prisons so they can have a fucking police state. Okay? So fuck your laws, all of them. We need one law. Do no harm. Okay? Because the 750,000 laws that we have on the books right now are doing nothing but harm. It's a fucking joke and the system is fucking garbage. Okay? Now, we live under a coup in a police state that can fucking grab anybody out of their home at any time and take all their fucking shit. Okay? Meanwhile, we've got more guns in the fucking world, and those people with the guns aren't doing a fucking thing about the government rolling up into people's houses anytime they want and just taking their shit. The people with the guns, they don't give a fuck. They're like, I got my fucking gun. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Yeehaw. Fucking idiots. Okay. So, shit is really, 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 really fucked up, if in case you haven't realized, right? We're living in a country that was couped. We have a military-industrial complex. I mean, 9/11 happened. The day before 9/11 happened, Rumsfeld goes on air and says, oh, we found all this corruption. We got this whole office that's going to get to the bottom of all this wasteful spending in the Pentagon and all this. And the Pentagon gets hit the next day with a missile right in those offices. Holy cow, that's a fucking amazing coincidence, isn't it? Those fucking missiles killed the people looking into the fucking fraud and abuse of the Pentagon. Wow! Yeah! Because the fucking war on terror is the drug war on crackety crack like times millions. Okay? Fucking drug war compared to prohibition, right? Now this is prohibition, this is drug war. Now this is drug war. Oh, I can't even fucking reach up here for the war on terror, okay? You got no fucking rights. With the war on terror, oh yeah, they'll just fucking black site your ass, man. They don't give a fuck. The drug war, I mean, they just did whatever the fuck they wanted, but still, at least that shit they were doing it in the courts. Ha! The fucking war on terror ain't got no courts, man. They'll fucking kidnap your ass. They'll fucking torture you with physical torture, not just sleep deprivation. They'll beat your fucking ass. And you know what? You don't even need to be an actual terrorist. You could just be some fool that pissed off, like you like slept with somebody's wife and they fucking ratted you out for being a terrorist and now you're getting tortured. That kind of shit happened a lot. So, yeah, fucking laws are great and they're really protecting us from bad shit happening to us. Yeah, right. Do you want to be around people that have fucking suffered like that? I don't. I want to be around people that have never fucking had a bad thing happen to them in their fucking life. I want to be around people that are just happy as fuck all the time because shit's great, right? Let's build a world like that. It's called a resource-based economy, and it's got one law. do no harm. That way we don't have all these little fucking human pieces of trash trying to constantly twist what is and isn't a law. And when we all know, except sociopaths, what's right and wrong, okay? So all we need to do is prevent the sociopaths from breeding, get rid of all these fucking ridiculous laws, and yeah, good times. Break the coup. Peace.